Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Uno, dos, tres. The Lord lead the race. Blessings overflowing. See it on my face. Uno, dos, tres. The devil get erased. Hands to the sky, giving God all the praise. Chains get snapped. Prison doors collapse. Kingdom in my heart. Got the spirit on the map.
Well, hello, peoples. It's been a minute or two. The Tripod returns. Of course, the Tripod is the spinoff of the Still Real After Party podcast. This is After Party Pro Wrestling, yet another spinoff. But of course, Jake and Zanka, they started it all. Check them out. Still Real After Party on Instagram. Funko, Fat Guy, all his shit. They should be returning for SummerSlam shortly because it's 3 weeks away, I believe. But that being said, Stixie, drip, drip, my God. The weeks and weeks and weeks have gone by and tons of wrestling content. But on top of that, movies came out. Here's just a few that I've seen. Superman. I saw F1. I saw Megan 2.0. I saw 28 Years Later. Mostly good stuff. I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Surprisingly good. I'm guessing Cesar's seen it, maybe not, who knows. But any movies have you partaked in these past few weeks?
Yeah, I watched I caught the new Jason Statham one, A Working Man. I rented that one. I'm a pretty decently big Jason Statham fan. So I saw that. I'd watched The Beekeeper when that came out and I thought it was really good. Thought he was back on track because we went through a run of him doing like The Meg and Meg 2, and it was just like, God, Statham is this a cash grab? But came back with The Beekeeper, had a banger of a movie. Then came The Working Man. That was a great movie. Couldn't complain about that. I watched one, I think it was called Hell of a Summer, horror flick about summer camp. Basically talked about this guy that had been working at a summer camp for, I think, pretty much a long time since he was a kid. Killer starts going around. They start trying to frame it on the guy that was a longtime counselor because he's a loser and doesn't have like a girlfriend and stuff like that. It wasn't bad. I mean, I would obviously wait for that to be on a free streaming service. I wouldn't pay the $10 that I paid to rent it. So there was that. I caught Sinners the day after it dropped on Max. I thought it was okay.
I want to know your opinion on this. We can talk about this without being interrupted for maybe 30, 40 seconds. So go for it.
I don't get me wrong. I thought it was a good flick. Thought it was one of the better ones that Michael B. Jordan has done. Impressed that he did the two brothers playing two roles, one person, two roles. I'm always impressed when somebody does something like that. I got very like Blade-ish vibes from like the vampire stuff of that, which don't get me wrong, I liked Blade. I liked the first two movies. The third one was, okay, but it was still watchable. This one, I understand the historical references during the timepiece of it and stuff like that. I guess I got overcome with the hype after reading about it and hearing everybody talk good about it. I kind of was just a little bit more disappointed. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad movie. It's worth a watch. I'm just not going to be one of those that's going to go run back and say, you got to watch it again. You got to watch it again. I think you're good watching it once and dipping. But, it was a good flick. Like I said, one of Michael B. Jordan's better flicks that he's done. So outside that, I haven't really watched anything new. I ended up watching a couple of I've been watching some series on Netflix. I watched you talked about you watched the F1 movie. I watched the F1 series on Netflix. So I caught up with that. Outside of that, not really much outside of wrestling. I rewatched the movie The Rock of Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. Love that movie. Been great. Every once in a while I go back and watch some old flicks if there's not really much coming out, but I'm more interested. I wanted to hear this from you. You said you watched Megan 2.0. I heard about it flopping at the box office. I wanted to get your opinion. Was it as good as the first one, or was this essentially kind of a cash grab with the ascension of like AI bot movies like Companion and all that?
So here's the issue with Megan 2.0. The first Megan movie was a horror movie. It was a horror movie with a killer robot, Chucky-esque, a future Chucky-esque thriller, horror. The sequel jumped genres. The sequel was sci-fi. It was not horror. Way more special effects, way more CGI, way more, like I said, having to do with cloning and science fiction and all this shit. So people went into Megan 2.0 expecting it to be a horror movie. It's not. If you watch it, think Total Recall, think fucking any science fiction movie you can think of, compare it to that because it jumps genres. It was funny. It leaned way more on humor for the sequel. So again, if you look at the critic score and you look at the people score, massive difference because the people were expecting something. The critics were expecting something different. My favorite part of Megan 2.0 was the trailer. That was the funniest trailer I've ever seen. Because I went in with arms crossed watching Megan. I think I watched it at home. I wasn't impressed. I was like, yeah, okay, all right, killer doll, whatever. And then the trailer came out for Megan 2.0. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Watch the full trailer. It is fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I was like,
Is
so
this not the one that don't they have Britney Spears play like music song playing in the background? Yeah, I thought that was perfect for that trailer. I thought it was.
I went in expecting a comedy, and that's exactly what I got. So I was content. I was satisfied with Megan 2.0. I wouldn't rush out to go see it. Maybe when it comes on Peacock, I'll check it out again. But yeah, it was fucking funny. I liked it. It's something me, JH, and Chris Zank would be talking about because we got a little horror spin-off group going, talking shit about horror movies. It's one of those. I definitely want you to check it out and let me know what you think about it. But as far as F1, Brad Pitt, um, massively overrated. The people gave it like a 96. The critics gave it like a 91. I was like, okay, let me check this out. The best part of the movie is when Brad Pitt is not in his car, when he's talking to people, when he's interacting with the characters. 80% of the movie is loud noise and people trying to talk to each other. Hey, you got someone on your six. Pull in. We got a pit crew. It's not that good. It's over 2 hours and it feels like over 2 hours. But if you committed to the F1 series on Netflix, I think you might like it better than I did because of you got to be a fan of racing for one. You got to be a fan of F1 and in general racing movies. I've never been a fan. Like Talladega Nights is my favorite fucking racing movie because it was a comedy. And second, Days of Thunder, which is fucking 1993. Other than that, no. Need for Speed sucked. Like every fucking Fast and Furious is ridiculous. Every other racing movie you can think of, I'm just like, I'm out. I can't deal with this fucking racing movie shit. But Caesar,
There's good racing movies out there. What the fuck are you talking about?
sure. What have you watched since last we spoke?
Probably a bunch of shit on TV. I haven't seen any movies. I think I'm going to go see Superman tomorrow, like in the early afternoon. I really don't want to because fuck Superman. I don't like the character of Superman. He's a bitch.
I can save you 20 minutes. The post-credit scenes, not worth staying for. Not worth it.
Well, they're already on YouTube, so I'm
you
gonna
seen
just
them?
leave anyway.
Oh, okay.
And everybody's gonna be like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "They're on YouTube. Eat a dick." So
I'm kicking myself for staying because there's mid and post. And I was
okay.
like, why did we stay
Yeah.
for this shit?
So I'm gonna watch the movie first, and then I'll probably watch those.
Yeah, save yourself some time for that because I thought it was gonna be like, oh,
Can I, can I,
there's something next.
can I
What?
ask you guys something? Are you guys interested in watching the new Fantastic Four movie?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna check
yeah,
it out. The 25th. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch that. I take it since you don't like racing movies, you didn't like F1.
that's what we were just talking about.
Uh,
So, did
I
you like it?
haven't seen it. I wanted to see it, but I haven't seen it.
Overrated? Go in with your expectations low, and I think you'll like it.
Well, it's a yeah. I mean, I didn't expect to get like my dick blown off by watching
I
it.
looked at Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe it's my fault for looking at Rotten Tomatoes, but the people and the critics fucking what blew it up like this is Oscar worthy. It's gonna win all the awards. I was like, nah, nah. This was some trash. I didn't like it. Brad Pitt can act. Like I told Sticks, the best scene for him when he was out of the car talking to people. But 80% of the movie is him in the car super loud, him talking to his team. Hey, we got a pit crew. I got to change our tires. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
why am I wasting where's my phone?
Did you watch that movie with fucking God, what is it called? Matt Damon and the nigga who played Batman? Ford versus Ferrari. Did you
No,
watch that?
nope.
That's a good movie. It's pretty long. It's maybe like 2.5. But so I think the movies that are good are the ones based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides the Days of Thunder, because yeah, that movie does rule. You are correct there. And Talladega Nights, but because it's a comedy, yeah. Because it's a comedy.
Shake and
Um,
bake.
yeah, there's like two really, really good racing movies, and it's about real people, and this
Yeah.
one uses real people. So somehow they make those good. But yeah, like the made up racing movies, yeah, yeah.
What about Gran Turismo?
It's based on a true story,
Hmm.
but not like, but it's loosely based. Like the characters are real, but how the story went about is kind of not real.
Mhm.
But I mean, the way they depict it, it's you're kind of like, all right, this is entertaining. It's entertaining. I will say that. It's not like you need to watch it, but I mean, if you want to watch it, yeah,
My
it's
boss,
way better than Need for
See,
Speed. Need for Speed is trash.
I figured Gran Turismo would be more kind of like the video game than like a true story because they got the Gran Turismo video games. So I figured it'd be
Yeah,
more
but
like
like
those.
it's a real thing. Like a guy took they called them sim racers. A guy did make a contest and create an academy of like the top Gran Turismo people and then like taught them how to drive and then like the guy in the movie he wasn't the first guy to succeed at this. He was the most popular and the best, but he was more like the third or fourth guy to actually graduate the Gran Turismo Academy. So he was the most successful overall, but he wasn't like the first. In the movie, they depict it as he's the first guy to ever do this. Um, but like they really they take it seriously. Like they know the parts, they know the cars, they know the tracks because it's all real tracks. They just didn't have like the body and conditioning of a race car driver. So you do see that at like the front, how like these motherfuckers are just like horribly out of shape. And then like once they're in the car, how your body can tense up and shit and get scared and what the fuck not. And obviously shit happens in the movie and whatnot. But it's actually yeah. It's pretty good. It's entertaining. I like to say it's entertaining.
my boss was begging me to watch that fucking movie, and I was like, "That's not my genre. I'm not watching it. I don't like the video game. I don't give. I know the actors in it are good, but no, I'm good. No thanks. The next racing movie I'm gonna watch is fucking Super Mario Kart the movie. But moving on, because we have a fuck ton of wrestling to get to.
Oh, the Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts was the last thing I saw in the theater.
Oh, okay. What about Megan 2.0?
I didn't even watch the first one, so I didn't watch the
Oh,
second.
okay. Well, let's kick it off with NXT's Great American Bash. We kick it off with Javon Evans versus Jasper Troy. The bash kicks off with some ninja on ninja. Of course, it's bouncy chain dangling action at the Great American Bash. Jasper dominates most of this. Very limited room around this ring. The commentators are shoved in the corner outside. Javon puts up a great fight and wins with the most deadliest move in all of entertainment. However, I gave it 4 pretzels because Javon's done better. We've seen better from Javon. I just think they want to shine the spotlight on Jasper, give him some more ring time, have him pay his dues, earn his shit. And luckily, he didn't squash old Javon because he's a favorite of ours. Caesar, what did you think of the first match of the Great American Bash?
Um, so yeah, these ratings might just be on the fly because I totally forgot. I didn't write shit down for nothing, man.
We don't really have to rate it because I wasn't impressed with this whole
I
pay-per-view.
wasn't. No, I mean, it was an all right match. Usually NXT starts with a banger. I'm agree with you though. It's about 4 pretzels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it keeps Javon on a win streak like he's been. Uh, kind of making him a top guy, a high mid card to top guy, within the space of NXT. And like you said, old boy paying his dues since getting called up. Was he called up from LFG or is he called up from
LFG.
Evolve?
LFG.
LFG. I mean, so, and this is even bigger for him because he got to skip Evolve. You know, they haven't sent him down. They haven't sent him down there yet. I think because we can see the talent old boy has. He would take it over, and they probably want to give that guy who won the first title took some time with it to see how he holds it and whatnot. But yeah. I mean, it was an opening match. It wasn't blowing the doors down, but giving that boy some reps, some TV time, some PLE bread, the pay window or the loss window because he lost. But at least PLE pay window is more than the regular show pay window.
And on a significant PLE such as the Great American Bash, 40 years of history as it kicked off. Sticks, what'd you think of the first match of the night?
Yeah, I like the video montage you did before the pay-per-view started, talking about the 40 years and stuff like that. WWE, NXT, they do a great job of that. This match, like, I agree with you guys. I gave it 4. But if you look at it, it did 2 things. It shined the light on Jasper, which is a great thing. I mean, LFG season 1 winner. Books got some investment in the guy. He's got investment, and with Javon, it allowed you to see how good he can be as an underdog guy that had a significant disadvantage against himself and was able to still overcome, pick up the dub, keep on that winning track, so that way they can build him back up to being a either mid card title winner, or even he could be a guy that could catch Oba on the wrong night. Outside that, I mean, it wasn't a banger of an open like NXT usually does, but I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's an all right opener. I mean, both these guys have talent. You see the potential of both these guys, and being able to see Javon come in banged up and basically survive to pick up the dub and move on, it's not a bad thing.
Well, up next, it was for the Women's North American Championship. We had old Sol Ruca with Zarya versus Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley in her corner as well. Izzy's face is bright white and the rest of her is smothered in fake tanner. Tatum slaps Zarya. Izzy puts down Sol immediately and almost won. Let's be honest. Tatum has more issues than TV Guide, Vic says. That was fucking hilarious. Izzy might be the most improved woman in NXT. Very aggressive and hard-hitting in this match. Sol's gear straps busted and are dangling in the way. Not safe. Sol gets a little sloppy trying to jump onto ropes. Sol camel-toed Jones almost retains with spear, but Tatum shenanigans saves Izzy. Tatum then speared by Zarya. Soul snatcher to Izzy. Sol retains. Yeah, I gotta say, Izzy Dame, my God, her star is on the rise. Even losing this since joining the Coling, the what was it, the Iron Survivor thingy, the match. She's getting good. She's getting great. I gave it 5 pretzel sticks. What'd you think of this?
Yeah, I when I watched this, the old lady was home with me. So we're watching together, and I tend to go into analyst mode, talk to her, tell her stuff. I told her the same thing. I said Izzy's star is rising. Like you can see match by match how she's gotten better, and I thought this is one of her best matches going forward. Like you said with Soul, the wardrobe malfunction, and it kind of took away. I mean, you saw that thing, the strap just dangling, so it kind of took away. You were pay attention to that towards the end of the match because it was just like, okay, who's gonna step on this, and how bad is it gonna affect the match? The girlfriend said the same thing, but match wise, it was an all right match. I thought this was more of a showcase for Izzy, like we had talked about. She has been stepping up each match, and this shows why they're starting to give her more chances, more opportunities for big time matches and potential championship matches. But I agree with you. I gave this 5. It wasn't like this was one of the 3 matches that Soul was gonna have in the span of like 48 to 72 hours. So this was gonna show how much of an Iron Woman that she was gonna be. And she went out. She didn't do anything that was bad, but she went out, did what she needed to do, and she retained. So we starting to move our way up match wise and best looking match wise. We're starting to move up. We started with a 4, now we're at a 5. So building up the show.
I think I misspoke. It was the stand and deliver ladder match where Izzy stood out a lot.
Oh
But
yeah,
I hope
definitely.
she doesn't get too good because she could be possibly be one of these women that get drafted and fucking vanishes if fucking Triple H has his way or TKO
He gonna take Lola or Jada first. So
or
Izzy
Tatum. Who knows? But
Darby.
Cesar, what did you think of the Women's North American Championship match?
Yeah, I thought this match was good too. I think it's funny how they push Tatum this way. You ever notice how when Tatum gets with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like Tatum's always on a roll and she's cooking, then they put her with somebody, and then that person gets better, and then well, lately that person have been getting called up, but the last 2 bitches got fired. Um,
She's cursed.
she's cursed, but I mean, she's great. I mean, nobody was caring about old JJ, and then they stuck that bitch with Tatum, and they were cooking.
That's
They
right.
were cooking. I mean, I think last year we were talking about how Tatum was having a bunch of solo matches, and she was getting her star to rise, and now she's with Izzy. Um, so yeah, if they want to keep these women tag teaming, and probably keep those tag team belts fresh, I'm not mad at these two. They're a great pair. Both still on the rise. I think Tatum's probably a step or 2 higher than Izzy, but they were doing this with Kaylani. They didn't do this with Fallon, I don't think, but they did it with Kaylani when she first won. Remember, she was fighting people like Tatum, like everybody, giving them a chance, and then they were showing out. They were losing to the champ. You know, you want to make the champ seem more credible. And I mean, why would you not want to hitch your wagon to Soul Ruka right now? She's just on a different level, cooking. Shit, they had that bitch on SmackDown. I mean, she could be gone. Let's not fake the funk here. She got the speed
She
title.
wrestled 3 times: SmackDown,
Yeah,
Mid American Bash, Evolution.
Evolution. And cooked every time. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do out here. Soul Ruka looking like, maybe they're keeping her down there because they do want to have some talent and some top bitches. And you know how these niggas be getting when you get one injury, man. Sometimes you get that little Dolph contract where they're like, all right, look here, bitch. You good. But you get injured again. You're gonna be Cora Jaded out this motherfucker, okay? That's literally you're gonna get that
How
Dakota Kai
Kiana
treatment.
James is still employed blows my
Blows
fucking.
my mind. Dakota Kai, gone. Cora Jade, gone. Just when they was cooking again, they was cooking again. And yeah, Kiana James, still collect. See, she going back down to NXT and she getting under that desk. See, I told y'all, Massive Michaels, love him a little half and half. And Kiana was one of his favorite toys.
Well, that's why Soul is North American champion.
Yeah, and then you know what? She a half and half too. So,
Right. That's right.
So but see, she dealing with sweet dick Tyler Bate. I'm just she might not be getting under that desk, so she got to be wrestling like the rent is due every week. Because Master Michael's like, if I get my hands on her, and then Tyler Bate comes up and he's like, I ain't got no beef with you, big strong boy. I ain't got no beef. Ain't got no beef, old sweet dick. Okay, take your ass over there. There you girl. Yeah, get your shit right. Get healed up. Go find Peter Dune and do whatever. But yeah, it's a 5 as well. It was better than the last match. And yeah, Izzy's getting improvement, so I can't be mad at that.
Speaking of Tatum, we're actually on the 1 year anniversary of her crowning achievement. Tatum Paxley, the first woman to cross over to TNA to challenge for the Knockouts Championship at Slammiversary last year. But I digress. Next, the Falls Count Anywhere match. All Ego, Ethan Page defending against Ricky Saints. Ricky spears Ethan during his intro, fighting in the crowd, fighting in lobby. You can tell these guys have been fighting each other for years. The chemistry is there, and there's not one dull moment. All Ego back body drops Ricky onto 2 chairs, then put him through the guardrail. Ricky power bombing Ego onto 4 chairs. While fighting backstage, Ricky was thrown into Jasper Troy, who then black hole slams him on a loading box. Ricky ricochets off of ref to tornado DDT on the stage. All Ego's edge to Ricky off the stage to retain. This was the beer cheese match of the Great American Bash. This should have main evented. No disrespect to the ladies. This was the main event. I gave it the beer cheese. I loved it. Like I said, these two can go. They got the chemistry. They got the star power. Sadly, they were the biggest stars on this entire PLE, wrestling-wise. But Cesar, what did you think of this Falls Count Anywhere match?
I know this was great, man. Yeah, 2 professionals. By the way, go watch Ricky and Cody podcast of getting drunk on that damn bus with libations. Those 2 guys, they're pretty funny. Cody with his he calls them workplace associates instead of friends. Cody with his word and shit, and everybody on that bus, I swear, catches him in a Cody lie. I think Ricky had a couple, and then he had a little breakdown moment, which gave him some more character as a person. Wow. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope, man. It was yeah, they talked about a little bit of AEW stuff as well, and the old WrestleMania incident when Ricky came to visit Cody and stuff like that. It was a good time. And then of course Ricky's a drunk. And for like the 5th episode in a row, Cody had to like open one of the bottles in the background because they seem to only make like 1 or 2 drinks. And then yeah, so Cody's like, oh, he's like, no, I'll top you off, don't worry about it. And so they be getting lit. They be getting fucking lit on that bus, man. Not as lit as Priest. Priest was probably the littest. That was probably the littest Cody and somebody else has been on that bus.
Because they more lit than him and Jay at that fucking press conference.
Nah. See, that's work. See, this podcast shit is fun. That was work. Them niggas was fucking drunk. Because that was yeah. He barks now on like every podcast. He barks at the beginning.
Do you feel him, sir?
Do you feel him, sir? Do you feel him, sir? Yeah, it's just fucking niggas was just drunk at work. Yeah, they don't have like a 3-hour drink fest and then shoot the podcast, which would probably be funnier if they did.
It'd be a tripod.
Yeah, definitely would be. So infringement. Then we know they really watching. But yeah, this was the beer cheese match as well, man. Just 2 professional guys just beating ever living shit out of each other, doing everything. They got old Dog Chain involved. So he's mad after his loss, bump into that cracker ref spot, off the stage spot, chair spots. I mean, everything. Yeah, going backstage, hitting him with the wall, like everything in this match was great. Yeah, this is the beer cheese for the match for me. It's 2 pros, man, just fighting it out, duking it out. 2 greats. I mean, what are you gonna say? As long as they keep these guys there, I know they can't stay there forever, but I mean, these 2 guys are always gonna put on good shit, no matter who they're with.
Sponsored by Arby's. Fuck you, TKO. Sticks, what did you think of the Falls Count Anywhere match?
They got the meats. They got the meats.
They can get this
Well,
meat.
gentlemen, we've talked about how AEW has former talents and they fumble the ball with them. They show up at another promotion, either TNA or WWE, and they get a spotlight shined on them, and they shine greatly. Once again, we get two guys who AEW, I mean, they gave a little bit of TV time, but most of the time they spend it either back in catering or just doing YouTube shorts for their own YouTube channels. And they give these guys the chance. They gave them the opportunity to be able to go out there and say, hey, go out there, give us a 10, 12-minute match. Show us what you got. And they go out there and they fucking shine. This match, I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. This was the beer cheese match of the night. I know a lot of people, I figured at least one of you guys would be like, well, you know, with it being a gimmick match, all that stuff. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it being a gimmick match because it opened it up to be able to use more of the arena. And they did that. Like we saw that, like you said, we saw a little bit of a Jasper Troy. These guys were in the crowd. I think they went through one of them. I think Ethan went through the WWE shop table at the concession stands. So that was great. All Ego's the ultimate professional. Ricky, I mean, I'm more likely Ricky's going to get called up before All Ego will, but that doesn't take anything away from him. This guy goes out there. He goes out there, does what you need him to do. If it's cut a promo, put on a good match, he does it. That's not even taking anything away from Ricky. Ricky can do the same thing. But when you put two guys like that together, they went out there and they performed like they had to. Like it was just like they were pretty much told probably backstage. It looked like they were pretty much told backstage, whoever puts on the best match, gonna get a little extra cheddar on your check. These guys were like, hey, let's go do that. And they did. I thought this was a great match. Like you said, I thought it should have been at the top of the card with it being a championship match. I mean, that's like you said, nothing to take it away from the women. But, you know, you got Blake Monroe. It was going to be her first in-ring match for NXT. They're going to want to show that. But All Ego is going out there and he's doing what he needs to do to keep that North American Championship relevant. We've seen the lineage of previous North American champions, and they wrestle with that championship like it's a top tier championship. And All Ego's out there doing what he needs to do, and he's not bringing any shame to that championship. With that being said, All Ego once again chalking up that dub, but both these guys going out there looking like true professionals like they are. Beer cheese match of the night.
You really think Ricky Starks can get called up before Ego?
Oh yeah, I believe so. I think one with him being good friends of Cody, but I think that he's one of those guys that even if he doesn't wrestle, his promos, I'll give him this. His promos are better than All Egos. Like he has a way of relating to the crowd, regardless if that's face, which is what they're probably gonna do. But if he's a heel, he can go off, and he's one of those guys that deep inside, if he cuts a promo as a heel, he's one of those guys that, God, I really hate this guy. That's nothing against All Ego. I just think that they see that as somebody that they can market with, but they also saw what AEW could do with it, what they did with him, and they're like, okay, that's the baseline. That's the basement of what this guy is. We put him with the bright lights and the WWE universe and the cameras. We can elevate that. And that's nothing against All Ego. I think if he given opportunities in the showcase, he could work his way to doing that. But I think they see short term, Ricky could be that guy. But long term, if they were to invest in All Ego, he could be that guy too.
I guarantee they're both going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ego's friends with Cody as well. I mean, so it's not like it's.
Yeah, but who's better friends with him? Who got caught on the camera at WrestleMania? It wasn't All Ego. It was Ricky. And like you said at the podcast, they were able to talk about that.
Yeah, no, you're right about it. I'm not talking about it.
Well, up next, wrestling match-wise, was for the NXT Championship. We had the Ruler, Oba Femi, defending against Inamura with Briggs. who everybody hates. But
Fair
see,
enough.
no
Huh?
bread,
No water.
water, just
Eh.
speed. That's right. Powerhouse versus Powerhouse. It's the Big E special. Big meaty man
Man,
slapping me.
slapping meats.
Yeah, Oba retains. Oba is an impressive big man, good champ. However, his title run has severely lacked star power. His biggest notable win was against Moose. Uh,
Move.
there are no big stars in NXT for Oba. He beat Trick, Miles Bourne, Inamura, Javon Evans. Now he has beef with Briggs. Cross-eyed Kid needs some star power to face Oba. Stat. It wasn't a bad match. I was impressed with Inamura. I gave it 4 pretzels. Um, Sticks, what do you think of this shit?
I gave this 4 in the salt. I thought this was uh Inamura's best match, and for that to be an NXT championship match is really something good to talk about. But like you said, the talent just kind of isn't there. Like you could bring, I mean, All Ego has already had a championship run. Ricky, he just lost in this match, so he's gonna have to go pick up some dubs if you're gonna have him at least wrestle Oba for the championship. So you're kind of just like, I mean, they're obviously building Javon back up to be able to make it to that. But I mean, right now you're kind of just you're treading water with the guy, and that's not anything bad to say about Oba. Like we've talked about how good Oba is for being a big guy. He's one of those guys that can wrestle to put like his challengers over, and then come back and then end up being the dominant guy. This match was one of those that he was champion and allowed Yoshiki to be able to showcase his moves to build his star, and also allow them to show the potential and possible future tension between Briggs and his partner, and Oba being able to pull out the dub. So outside of that, I mean, Oba was able to tread water, pick up the dub, and keep going. But like you said, there's just not that star person yet that is like, oh, this guy's going to give Oba a run for his money. Like I could see that. So they're in the building process. Oba's treading water. Maybe you start showcasing Oba on Raw or SmackDown to kill some time while you're building up potential guys. But I mean, it was an okay match for a championship match. I gave it 4 in the Saul.
You know what I'd like to see, Caesar?
Hold
I would
up.
like to see TNA fire back. I want Frankie Kazarian to defeat Obafemi, hit him in the balls, bite him in the balls, do whatever you have to do, become champion, take that belt to TNA, get the belt off Oba, have him like rematch a couple times. Frankie keeps cheating. Oba gets called up, moving on. But that's just my 2 cents. Cesar, what do you think of this championship match?
Yeah. In order to do that, though, Frankie's got to have somebody to help him cheat. He just can't. Yeah, I don't think he can cheat on his own to beat somebody like Oba. Because remember, Oba really only has one loss, and that's when he lost the
Tony D.
yeah, that's when he lost the last title to Tony D. So it's not that it's the cheating, and then yeah, how do you keep winning? It's the how do you it's how yeah it's how you beat him again. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like when he beat I think when he beat Trick for the title, it's like how do you beat Trick again? One time he pinned Wes. You know what I'm saying? He came back at the Iron Survivor. You know what I'm saying? It's not how you beat somebody, it's how do you keep beating them if they keep getting chances. And that's why they could make Trick turn heel, because it wasn't really Trick every time. You know what I'm saying? It was just he wasn't like keep beating him. Just like when Edge fucked over Christian. You know what I'm saying? When we did that, when we said about John Moxley, it's like, how is John Moxley going to beat Edge again? He can't pin Edge again. If he pins him again for like the third time in a row, you got to be like, Edge, you got to hang it up. You suck, nigga. Like these matches are boring. So they had to think of a new way, which was stupider than just having Edge. I would have rather we all would have rather had Edge lose again. But no, you had to screw over the captain.
We'll get to AEW. We'll
Yeah,
get
yeah, we'll get. But I'm just saying, how do you keep winning against somebody that won't go away? So I don't think. Granted, if they did that for Frankie, hell yeah, nigga, I'm with it. But I don't. Frankie doesn't like do anything with anybody to purpose. It's got to be somebody with beef with Oba that would keep cheating. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like Moose having the system. You know what I'm saying? It's just the system is 4 or 5 guys. They could keep cheating to keep Moose as the champion until Oba gets called up and goes away. You see, like something like that. Like yeah, Frankie got nobody. So it would either about you'd have to build hate like I don't know, maybe somebody else from TNA just like, fuck this nigga over. He came over here and defeated Moose and blah blah. Moose talk, what I'm saying, or somebody talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Wes in the high rise. Because Wes will be like, oh, I could beat Frankie. I can't beat Moose. I fought Moose.
I
Not
just want
Moose.
to hear fuckface Tom and the Drama King on commentary when fucking the king of TNA
Oh yeah, dude. Comes back
brings
with
that
the
NXT title to fucking Impact.
dude. Oh
TNA.
my god. Yo, fuckface. Fuckface is gonna be mad. He gonna be super mad. Uh Santino and Ava gonna be mad. Like, yeah, no, it'd be great TV. It'd be super great TV. Yeah, they need to have something else where you can be like where you can pick the winner. And then like somebody, yeah, challenges for like that title. It'd be fucking great.
So what do you think
Um
of Nomura versus Oba?
I like Endemore, man. I like this dude. I fucking bouncy shit on the top rope that nigga be doing before he hits that splash. Yeah, that shit be rocking, bro. Once again, that's a big bitch, man. That's a big motherfucker just throwing around. It was two big sweaty men slapping meats. Yeah, no, none of this fuck shit. Um, they did the thing as well this weekend. The suplex to the suplex to the suplex almost to the suplex almost to the suplex up top to the he got that big bitch over. Uh, it's always good, man. Look, I always say, man, when it's somebody in your weight class, the matches can go better. He had a great match with Dog Chain, nigga. Um, and then I want to say he had a great match with with Ancient Chinese Secret. I forgot that nigga's name already. Uh, but see, man, I mean, it was good. And Briggs was cheating. This is what I'm talking about. That nigga could have won because Briggs would have kept cheating, and then Oba would have had to go away, go up top. Yeah, the nigga want to be honorable and shit. It ain't about no honor, nigga. It's about what?
This
Booker T
about
said?
checks and championships.
You damn right. You damn right. It's about checks and championships. Booker T been telling y'all niggas for weeks. Okay. What do I think is gonna happen? Them niggas gonna break up, and now somehow Briggs is gonna be the bad guy. Then they're gonna bring back Jensen, and then they're gonna be them two niggas gonna be back together as heels because they're both heels and they both hate everybody. Because that's the only way those two guys work. They don't work as singles guys. They don't work in groups. They only work together. And I don't know why they broke them up in the first place. Briggs had a little bit of hope at one point, and his character work is stale.
With Oba and Dijak, that triple threat match.
Right, a triple threat match. Yeah.
It. That was the peak of his career.
That's it. But he has no character work. Right? Briggs is all character and slightly good in the ring. Them two niggas together are like Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank is all right in the ring, but great character work, right?
Well, we forgot they broke up because of the secretary. Jensen was with the secretary.
Yeah, he's banging the secretary and see bitches. See a bitch got between two friends, and then hoes, man. It's about checks and championship. It's not about these yaks. Booker T would tell him it's not about these yaks at the ring. They shouldn't even be out there. Yeah, man. See, you fucking around. Fucking around, nigga was getting some puss for the first time, He a little virgin. But see, he know now. He know now, man. He got a taste of the nightlife. He know what's good. God damn it. You made me miss my joke about Izzy Dane being all tan from the neck down. That's probably because Braun Breaker is rubbing shit off on her when they humping at night. You made me miss that joke, Sangria. I was thinking about that joke when you were talking, And then for some reason I didn't say it. And I was like, yeah, because Braun Breaker probably just hitting it doggy style and flipping this bitch over and ain't kissing her. So that's why her face is so pale. And she just tan bronzer from there. He just spearing that bitch into the bedroom. And yeah, you maybe missed that joke earlier. See, now I had to tell it later. It would have been funnier earlier, but it's still funny now. Oh yeah, the match okay. The match was okay. In the more that he good with me. He good with me. This nigga can survive on his own. Okay, the foreigner people wrestle better, and they don't really need the mic work, but they got the character work in the ring. So that's where their characters can get over. Is definitely in the ring. And they got the mic work. I mean, they got somewhat mic work, and then yeah, they kill it in the ring. I thought this was a good match for Oba because lately, like you guys said, he's just been dog walking people. But it's a dude his size, so you know it's that's what makes the character so great. He has a tougher time with big niggas because he really doesn't fight a lot of big motherfuckers. So he's not used to getting slammed. He's not used to getting powered on. You know what I'm saying? He ain't conditioned for that. He's used to getting kicked a lot fast and then just having to recover, get one big power move, taking some time to regenerate. But you know, you keep putting these big motherfuckers in here, and it looks like he's struggling against them. Great character work. Great character work. Because he is still kind of like a rookie. He's not a seasoned vet. Yes, he's been the champion for a while, but you know, he's a giant in the land of regular sized dudes who are just like phenomenal athletes. So I think that's what makes it look great. I gave it 5 in the song. I thought it was better than the first 2 matches. Honestly, I thought it was better. Plus, Inamura is freshly new. For to have a new guy step up for a championship caliber match, I thought he pulled off his shit. Maybe it wasn't as clean as we thought it could be because there was some slops in there. But they put on a fine match.
Well, the main event was Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Of course, Sticks, like you said, this is Blake's in-ring debut, and it's on a PLE. It's a big deal. They put her in the main event. Loving the chemistry between Muscle Muffin and the Glamour. Fatal Influence, also great in this match. Jasmine shenanigans a couple of times here. Masha Slamovich takes care of her, though. This tag match is proof that NXT has the best women's division on planet Earth. Blake pins JC Jane after a double arm DDT. I gave it 6 pretzels. It's a good match. Good match. Good showing by Blake Monroe. My issue with this pay-per-view is arrangement. This should have kicked off the show. Ricky and Ego should have main evented. If they would have swapped those two, I think it would have been better structured, more enjoyable. However, this entire PLE lacks star power. It was very lackluster as a whole. It was very lackluster, and I'm glad I watched this last of all the PLEs. But that being said, all the disrespect in the world. Caesar, what did you think of this main event?
Yeah, they're the same way. Yeah, it's probably about 5 in the salt, maybe 6. Yeah, Blake Monroe's in-ring debut. I mean, Jordan really ain't still been there that long, and JC James maybe only had like what 1, 2 title defenses, so still like a new champion. Everybody is still new in their role besides Fallon and Jasmine Nix. So they all just out there doing whatever. Masha Slamovich coming out pretty dope. So now they're going title for title at Slammiversary. So that means if Masha wins, we can get a Jordan and Masha title match again for the NXT championship. And would I be mad at that? No. Hell no. I want to see that shit again. Because that shit was good.
Hey, they're best friends. So they're gonna
they go dog each other, dog. They go dog each other. That shit's gonna be great. Especially around some SummerSlam, maybe near SummerSlam. Maybe Survivor Series. I don't know how you want to build it.
Well, after Slammiversary, probably.
Yeah, well, Slammiversary is when? Next month?
It's this Sunday.
Yeah. So but SummerSlam is like what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Well, we got Heat Wave coming up. So if Masha wins, you could have that for Heat Wave, which is going to counter program Forbidden Door.
Jesus Christ, WWE is really like
Hella petty. Hella
nah,
petty.
nah. WWE is like, we gave you niggas a 5-year head start to talk shit every single show about us, and now that wrestling's cool again, we gonna dog water your ass. Fucking fun. Did you guys see the sign at the Evolution match where it said, "I got lost on my way to the
The
Beyonce concert"?
Beyonce concert, yeah. That's
Hey yo, that shit was hard, bro. That was a hard ass sign. That nigga should have got first row, man. You should have gave that nigga something, some merch or something. That's fucking dope. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna give JC Jane like that'd be crazy.
well, let's talk about this, finish this matchup here.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Sorry. But you know, Masha came out, so I got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the only other reason that might not happen though is that in her first match, Blake pinned the champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they do what, so people on the internet are calling this, they're calling like Blake's gonna beat JC Jane for the title, like real early. That would be crazy. Like, but that means like JC would have to keep it at some point. Like that means she would have to win and have both, and then just mainly kind of be on TNA. That's 2 WWE stars winning NXT championships, which I think is crazy, and not having a TNA star win a WWE championship, which is crazy.
These are the writings on the wall. If they do a JC versus Blake, then Jordan's gonna come out and fuck the matchup, and then they're gonna do a triple threat.
I mean, of course, but if JC beats Masha, they might do a 4-way in which the first 2 pins are the champions.
I could see that.
Which I ain't gonna be mad at either. Like, I dead ass ain't gonna be mad at a 4-way where it's like, fuck it, 2 pinfalls. We don't care how you get them, what you do, just fuck each other up. And first 2 pinfalls, you the champ. And if you get both, you the double champ. I don't give a good goddamn. So shit, pick your title. First 2 wins, the ref brings both titles, and you say, I want this one. And then y'all keep fighting for the other one.
The talking about the future was better than this match.
And of course it was, but I feel like this is a setup to a good story that you could have. Yeah, like I said, the match was fine. Yeah, there was a better match that could have been main event. And we get that. We understand that. I mean, so I don't know what our record is of actually picking the main event being the beer cheese, especially on NXT programming over the years. But I probably want to say we probably picked other matches to be the beer cheese on NXT programming that have not been the main event, unless it was a stretch of Adam Cole matches. I mean, but even still, sometimes that, actually no, because it was Undisputed Era tag team matches, and we probably all picked them shits because we always know that Undisputed Era tag team matches went on first, and I want to say there was probably a good stretch of pay-per-views where we picked that shit as the beer cheese because them niggas was cooking. So yeah, the future of us talking about it was probably better than the actual match, but it was still a fine match.
Sticks, your thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, I think we pretty much know why this was the main event. The Glamour first in-ring match. So they're going to do that. And the possibilities post-match is one of those things too. Like we just talked about, like you gentlemen just said, the future booking for how they could do this for months out is way more intriguing than the actual match itself. So I mean, I gave it 5 in the salt. All the women went out there, they performed, they didn't do anything wrong. It was just that there were other matches that you probably should have had. Like you probably like you guys said, this could have led off the pay-per-view because you could have got the intrigue of Blake Monroe in out of the way, and then you get to you start building your way up to the meat and the cheese that was the Falls County Warrior match. But I mean, I see where they were doing what they did. The match didn't do anything to damper any of that, but You just could have done something different. But I mean, it was an I imagine to do anything to make you feel like it was a horrible match. It was just that you could have had better matches. So
Well, AEW had their biggest pay-per-view of the year, All In Texas. I was actually able to watch it. Fuck the pre-show. I'm jumping straight to the men's casino gauntlet. Of course, there is no set time for entrance, which so dumb. They whatever. I guess I'm just used to the organized shit from WWE, but Briscoe and MJF start. Bald ass Ricochet in next. We have Bandito, Takeshita, Mystico, Josh Alexander, Anthony Bowens, Roddy Strong, Brody King, Juice Robinson, clean shaven, returns with Roseanne's theme song playing him out to the ring. Gates of Agony assist Ricochet against Juice. The Guns take care of them. Ibushi out next. Mordos, Max Caster. MJF capitalize on Briscoes. Jay drilling to Roddy Strong to win the gauntlet. I guess. I mean, it progresses the Hurt Syndicate, gives MJF something to do, progresses that story. I wasn't expecting him to win. I thought anybody, maybe Ricochet, anybody else I thought was gonna win, but it's fine. MJF, he's one of their biggest stars, and like I said, it propels the story. He has something to brag about in the Hurt Syndicate, which is also another good story with MVP and the crew. But Cesar, what do you think of this casino gauntlet? We got Juice, your wine connoisseur, clean shaven.
Clean shaven Juice. Well, I was gonna say freshly squeezed, but that's another cracker. Yeah, clean shaven Juice returning. I saw people online complaining there was no big returns. Juice was like the only return, but I mean, who the fuck you gonna have some nigga debut? So what? So we can lose? I mean, looks like the plot story was always MJF. Hell, MJF and them boys was chatting it up all week. MJF cutting them crazy ass promos talking about that nigga's brother. Saying his brother would have wished he was dead. Instead of him, Jesus Christ, MJF be cutting niggas. So yeah, MJF won. Hurt niggas and MJF. Got the dub. They got a good win out there. They all, MVP. And if MJF win his title again and MVP is in control of the tag titles and the heavyweight title, yeah, these boys gonna be cooking coming up here soon. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, MJF got I mean, who else was gonna win it? Takeshita or somebody? I mean, if it's not MJF, it had to be another heel. They're not gonna start off Hangman's fucking want to win title reign redemption story and have him fight faces.
If you're asking me who I wanted to win,
Yeah, sure.
I wanted Josh Alexander to win because since he's shown up, you want to talk about small fish and a big pond. He's basically a fucking he's the JC Mateo of fucking AEW. He just came in and immediately became a henchman to the fucking Callis family. I wanted Josh Alexander to win so he can show off his skills against the champion. He'll probably lose, but I just want Josh Alexander to be a big deal like he was in TNA. But
yeah, that's because you want him to be a big deal like he was in TNA.
Yeah,
he picked the wrong fucking show to go to.
Talent. He has the talent.
Picked the wrong show to go to. Then he definitely picked the wrong show to go to.
He said he picked AEW because they care about their competitors. He just picked them because the check's bigger. Let's be honest. I can't blame him. He's got a family, but
No, you can't blame him. Sure. I mean, hey, is the check bigger and the grind less? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. They pay for more shit. But that nigga wanted the real bread. The real bread is technically probably in WWE with merch. He can probably get over quicker in WWE and get way more merch. If he gets super over. He could have got way more merch. I mean, look at motherfuckers getting merch out of nowhere over there.
Well,
Yeah, some people don't have merch, but some people do get merch and they get hot. Look, I mean, fucking Ron Killen's like probably 80% of his check has probably been merch. Look at all
yeah.
them funny ass Judgment Day shirts and shit over there. Look how Jay sells. I'm not saying, yes, he could be Jay with his wrestling skills. I mean, hell, even AJ has had simple shirts that is still fly over there because he's such a great wrestler. And we know Josh Alexander is a great wrestler. So, yes, he can get over. Yeah, you may pay for a little extra stuff here that they cut you back on the back end, but you get a
Well,
mean.
we're also losing the. They're allowed to still do indie stuff if they're in WWE or AEW. Like
Sure.
he's still wrestling for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, a Scott D'Amore promotion. He's like the champion there. So even whatever he's gonna lose doing in AEW, he's probably gonna make up in indie bookings and stuff like that. So I mean, he might get 2 minutes, get his ass kicked and rolled out of the ring in AEW television, but he's going to go on an indie show and get maybe 9 to 10 minutes of wrestling and still be able to feel good about himself and still be able to keep fresh. So, I mean, that's the allure with AEW.
Well, Sticks, what did you think of the men's casino gauntlet, and who do you think should have won?
I see. I don't mind the gauntlet thing because I kind of like it how when you have a one, like the number one and number two guy, like if they pin, it's all over with, regardless of who else is in that match. I don't mind it. I wish the time structure, like you said, Mingri, of having opponents come out would be kind of consistent, but that's just little gripes. I loved MVP on commentary when Max was outside the ring, he's on his back. MVP's yelling at him, Max, get off your back. Max, get off your back. Come on, what are you doing? That was great. Juice coming back was good. You know, throughout this whole card, you know who I'm a Jay White guy. I was hoping at some point throughout this whole card, Switchblade was going to come back. Maybe you would have had him do this, but like Cesar said, it's almost built in that MJF was going to win. The way he's been talking about getting his Triple B back, all that stuff. So it kind of foreshadowed everything. I thought the chemistry with Take Shitta and Josh showed when they were doing this stuff. Like you can see those two becoming a future tag team and maybe becoming tag team champions. Like you said, McGregor, a little selfish part of me would like to see Josh be involved in the finish of the match, regardless of if he would have put on a banger with MJF and somehow MJF just were the heel pull out the dub. But I mean, that's heel versus heel, stuff like that. So, I mean, we weren't going to probably get that. I mean, I would have thought either Josh or I would have wanted a Josh or returning Jay White to win, but we didn't get either one of that. So, I mean, I'm okay with MJF winning. I mean, it was an all right match. I mean, it was an all right match.
I didn't pretzel rate any of these. Next, I want to talk about the Young Cucks versus Swerve and Ospreay, the EVP status versus a year's worth of title shots. I know Cesar was a fan of the Assassin's Creed Ospreay entrance.
No.
Anyway, Bray's wife comes out, JoJo, singing for some reason. The Young Cucks founding father entrance on a boat. Time Killer Jones over here. I like the story being told here, though, in the match. The commentators helping with the Bucks being an elite level tag team against Ospreay and Swerve, a relatively new tag team here. The Bucks with perhaps the greatest tag team move since the 3D, that double stomp to the back, that springboards into a sit-down power bomb off the ropes. I don't know what they're calling that, but keep doing it. Fucking insane sequences here. Nana gets super kicked. Ospreay accidentally hidden blade Swerve. Ref sucks at counting. House call hidden blade puts the Cucks down. Of course, the EVP status stripped from the Young Cucks. I just wanted to talk about this match because it was fucking incredible. The tag team, the Cucks, when it comes to tag team matches, the Cucks top elite level tier talent here, Sticks. What did you think of this tag team match?
Yeah, like you said, the storytelling was great. You had two guys who are stupendous, phenomenal singles wrestlers against one of the probably best tag teams, not only in all professional wrestling, but like just all time. Now, it took Swerve and Will a little bit of time to get on the same page. Like they showed it, they talked, they like you could see that. That was great building. While the Bucks, they're starting this match off like this is going to be a walk in the park. Like we're going to dog walk these guys because we've got way more chemistry and we know what to do with two singles guys. Will and Swerve, they got together. They started. They were treading water, and then they start making moves of their own. Like I said, the Bucks have moves that are just synonymous. Like you said, that move, the more bang for your buck move is great. I think it was the thing I liked was there was that I think 6 or 8 move sequence where you had. I think it ended with like the dual Canadian destroyers and another move, and then they're all just laying there. I thought that was a great little move.
It was a buckshot lariat into a flip over into the other cuck did something into a flip over into they both went for a clothesline. They hit Canadian destroyers. They stood up out of it and hit a hidden blade and a house call.
House call.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the payoff that we had when Ospreay took the bullet of super kick for Swerve. Swerve started taking it and then started just basically being like just get out of his mind. Mm-hmm. Hulking up, rejuvenating, all that stuff. You see the brotherhood between Will and Swerve. Like you can tell those guys are not only really good friends, they're like really close friends. I thought this match was the best match of the night. A lot of people talked about how this might be the greatest tag match and all, like up there in one of the greatest tag matches of all history. I don't know about that. I thought it was a really good match. It took a little bit, like you can see it started off slow, but you had that with two singles guys, and then they came together, and then it started flowing. So I wasn't mad at the match. I thought it was great. It'll be interesting to see where we go with the Cucks. I mean, I guess a lot of people were saying that on the AEW roster they had Swerve and Will down as EVPs. So will AEW lean into that? Or will it just be like Tony Khan's like, well, now that we lost those two as EVPs, I'm the controlling guy. So I'm the full guy that owns this. I will be the end all be all. It'll be interesting how they do that. But back to the match, great match. Good. I mean, you had 4 guys go out there and put on a hell of a performance, and I thought this was the best match of the night.
Yeah, Caesar, I'm mentioning it for a reason. It was incredible. Incredible tag team match. What did you think of it?
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. It was the best match of the night. Yeah, it was but you said you didn't say that?
I didn't say it was the best match of the night.
Oh, well, I thought it was the best match of the night.
It was good. I'm not taking it away, not anything away from it. It's just I like the difference.
I mean, I know what I have 1 and 2, and it's close. But I enjoyed this match a little bit better. It was yeah, I'll agree with you. It was a slow start. But typical AEW match, there was 85 million finishers at the end, of course. But you know, it's an Ospreay match. They gonna hit 18 goddamn finishers in a fucking row. There was Will and Ospreay didn't have like the tag team. Will Ospreay and Swerve didn't have a tag team. They hit the double Styles Clash. They hit their like finishers, like you said in that one sequence. But Swerve taking the TK driver instead of, I guess they rechanged it because they don't like Meltzer anymore. But the TK driver on the outside was a dope spot. Yeah, not anybody susceptible. You enter that ring, man, you might catch a super kick or two. Yeah, Swerve taking the super kick partay. Uh, the EVP. I mean, they got to change that now, so I don't know what they're gonna call the EVP trigger anymore. But I guess you can still call it the EVP trigger. There's just
What did
not
they
EVP.
call it before that? Wasn't it called something else? It wasn't always called the EVP trigger.
Wasn't it like the BTE?
It was a B. Well, it was
Was
the
it?
BTE trigger, but they always did it with Kenny because they didn't do it until they won the trios championship with Kenny Omega,
Mm.
and it was the BTE trigger, and then it was the EVP trigger when Kenny left. Um. So anyway, I digress. Oh yeah, I always like the more bang for your buck.
Mhm.
Um, always a good move. Uh, what they always do like the like kind of like the Randy Orton DDT hang. The motherfucker does the swanton through the middle of the match.
Yeah, there's tag team moves that you're always like, this is what tells you how great of a tag team they have because they have signature spots.
Yeah, but that fucking yeah, that double stomp shit you said. Um, and what else they do? Didn't they do a shit where they hung the nigga on the top rope and he bounced off into it like a power bomb?
Yeah, I already said that.
That's the one you said. Yeah, the double. Yeah, the back stomp until the double. Yeah, that shit. Oh, I don't know what they fucking call that shit.
They need to name that because that's
They
awesome.
need to name that. But yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, they hung that cracker, hit the double stomp, and turned into a power bomb. Yeah, that shit don't never miss, bro. That move always looks good. Um, and all the surprise faces from the kickouts, the false finishes, the what the tribalists, the WWE tribalists hate, all the power up out of devastating moves, the no cells. They're good though. They're good though in a match like this. How they like powered out the Canadian Destroyer and then hit finishers and whatnot. I thought it was the best match of the night. Shit impressed me. And the Bucks, they know when to put people over. We say they like to win a lot, but they know when to put people over. And it was a good match.
Well, my
Plus
surprise.
that finish that Osprey and Swerve have. If you decide to keep them as a tag team, the house call to Hidden Blade. That's
Yeah,
something that's going to be a staple for them.
yeah.
So my surprise of the night was for the AEW Tag Team Championships. It was the triple threat. We had Jet Speed, we had
Yeah.
Christian and Nick Wayne, and we had the Hurt Syndicate. FTR joined commentary. They were pretty fucking funny too on
Yeah.
commentary. Pretty good match, plenty of shenanigans.
Okay.
Thanks to MVP, MJF, Hip, and Mama Wayne. Jet Speed, great chemistry. FTR on commentary claiming these guys are stealing all their moves.
Hilarious.
Lashley, German speedball over the top rope onto everyone outside. I never seen a two-man Hurricane Rana like Jet Speed did to Shelton off the turnbuckle. Nick Wayne with a motherfucker of a springboard cutter to speedball on the ring apron to the fucking floor. That
Dirty.
it hurt.
Dirty, bro.
Lashley keeps getting in FTR's face, toss Christian at them. Lashley spears Christian for the win and retain. Nick Wayne then turns on Christian post-match. Now, see, if the night would have ended here, if the screen would have went to black and they would have moved
Yeah.
on, I would have been
Yeah.
like, okay, nah. So Nick Wayne turns on Christian post-match, about to smash his head in.
Yeah,
When
go on and read it.
Edge
Go on and read about your
returns.
favorite. Go on and read about your
Edge
favorite.
returns, takes 10 minutes. Worse than Jeff Hardy. Worse than going like this. No, Edge, when fucking Christian's about to get brain damage, he's about to
I'd
get.
hate the nigga.
Here comes Edge, hits his music. Crowd
I'd
goes.
hate the nigga.
He hits the left side of the stage. He hits the right side of the stage. That's not it. He goes down to the thing and he goes, yeah, he does that fucking thing. Meanwhile, they're
Thing
just
is pyro.
looking at him. They have the chair. They're still just looking at him like, what?
I'd hate the nigga.
Gets all his shit in. Then he goes down to the ring with his fucking board with the nails in it, which are probably rubber. I think I saw one of them bend in the ring, but I digress. Yeah, Edge returns. Takes 10 minutes to get his shit in. Gets Christian on his feet. We thought we were gonna get to reciprocate, go fuck yourself, but no, he says, go find yourself.
Turn this nigga.
All right. Caesar, I loved the match. The match was awesome. Should have ended after Nick Wayne turned. But Caesar, what did you think of this match? And if you want to talk about
No, this match sucked. Because you know what? The Edge part counts as part of the match.
it was
So
bad.
for that reason,
That was
this
bad.
match sucked. Fuck this nigga. Okay? I'm completely sold that Edge is the worst part about AEW right now. This nigga is the whole time. I was like, I know he's not running left. I know he's not running. You know what? The first time in my life, I was like, no, hit this nigga. Hit this nigga. He needs repercussions. Concerto this nigga twice. He's taking all day. I want to do that shit. I want somebody to be like, all right, bro, you coming back tonight. And I want to be like, I want somebody in the match to be like, so we gonna beat up his homeboy? Yeah, and then he's gonna return. And then I want somebody to be like, all right, man, but if you go to pose for the crowd, I'm hitting this nigga. You gonna learn. Y'all better tell the cameraman to get ready, because I'm hitting this nigga. What? No. This ain't real, okay? Wrestling should have a threat of realness. And yes, we all pose and shit. But I swear to God, if y'all giving this nigga pyro, I'm hitting this nigga. I'm hitting this nigga twice if you give him pyro. You're gonna look down from the pyro, and I'm gonna be like this with the chair, looking at you, and you're gonna look up and start running. I'm gonna be like, oh, and jump out there. And jump out there.
Just keep going. Pow, pow,
Yeah.
pow.
As soon as you hit pyro and I see the first lights, I'm going, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting this nigga. No, you're not gonna get a chance to pose. You gonna pose? You gonna pose.
Fucking hamming it up for the camera, getting all the soaking in, all the fans,
And
adulation.
you don't even use that weapon thing you came with. You booted Nick Wayne. You just punched Kip Sabian. You speared FTR. Then you did something else to Nick Wayne. You speared Kip Sabian. So you had 2 spears. You had 3 spears in because you had a double spear and a spear. You had 3 spears in. It was you grabbed a chair at one point, but nigga, you brought a weapon. What was the point of this? You should have just came down with nothing. You just gonna pose. You should have just came down with nothing and whooped everybody's ass and then said what you had to say and get the fuck on. No, I'm hitting this nigga. I'm hitting this nigga twice. Hitting this nigga twice. Just for you being dumb. You gotta tax him. You gotta tax. Nigga, do this shit on Dynamite. I'm hitting this nigga. Hitting this nigga while you pose to try to save him.
If he would have ran through the crowd, jumped in the ring, cleared the ring, said,
Yeah.
"Go find yourself," then his music hits, then he leaves.
Yeah.
Segment
Totally
a
fine.
little bit better. A little
Totally
bit
fine.
better.
Totally
But this
fine.
motherfucker, Cope Hogan, comes out to the stage.
No.
starts
Wait.
posing,
We
he
already have
wastes
one
all
Hogan.
the pyro. July
We already have
4th.
one Hogan. He's more like Cope Hardy. Okay, we already have one Hogan on the show, and we haven't talked about her match yet. There it is. He is Cope Hardy. Okay, he is Cope Time Stealer. Yeah, you could have cut all that shit out and had more wrestling for, I guess, a different match. I don't know, but this nigga literally went left. No, center pose, went left, went right, down the ramp poke. I'm hitting this nigga.
It's his fault this pay-per-view was 6 hours long. But
Yeah, I'm hitting this nigga. That's at least 20 minutes you could have cut. 20
Sticks,
minutes you could have cut.
what did you think of this triple threat tag team match?
I mean, the match itself, it was okay, but like Cesar said, the stuff after the match is also part of it. You had the rated G, not a star, come out. Now, I'm going to say this. We talked about this, but we also forget that over in Saudi, Penta took forever because when he came out, he did the Zero Marrow and then did his strut
didn't
down
walk.
the
And then the
ramp,
whole
which
walk
that
down
was
the
a
ramp.
long-ass ramp. So this is wrestling in general. But like you said, this guy took forever. And like Nick, you could have had Kip Sabian do a stepmom Pornhub video shoot while Rated G Not a Star is doing his shit on the ramp before he would have made it down the fucking to the ring. And then instead of doing the goal, like you said, go fuck yourself, go hamming it up, find yourself. Oh, okay, dude. All right, man. This is why that and your stupid ass jumping from the top of a cage and breaking your own goddamn ankle is why your ass should have signed a Legends contract with WWE and show up once a year on my TV set. I would have been fine with it. Play the hits. Let's go on. WWE would have done the camera angles and the promos and the backstage stuff for you. But I don't need you on my TV set. Now, this isn't gonna be the Edge and Christian tag team like we got in WWE, which was and would have been way better than what AEW is gonna do, because we talked about Christian Cage, our captain. This man reinvented himself to be a guy that probably should have at least had maybe a 60 to 90 day title run as AEW champion. But they fumbled the ball on that. Like, this guy reinvented himself. So finally, when you had the Nick Wayne turn on him, you had it in this match instead of something a little bit bigger. I would have meaned a little bit more. You had it in this match, and then you had fucking Cope. Not Adam Copeland, just rated, I guess t-shirt, rated R Cope. No, motherfucker, you're Rated G Not a Star Cope. Get off my fucking TV set. You're not going to give me the fucking 5-second pose. You're not going to get that. I'm not going to get that because AEW is going to fucking whore that out. They're going to make it worse than what it is. It's not going to be great. And they have shown how they do that. So as much as all the fans were like, oh, the nostalgia. No, it's not going to be as great as what WWE had it or would have had it been. So, yeah, this match, including all that stuff, I wouldn't even say it was all right. I mean, it kind of sucked.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. No, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Tony Khan, you sand nigga. I see the writing on the wall, you bitch. I see it. And if you let this fucker turn the captain face and they beat the Hurt niggas for these fucking tag team titles, first match, I ain't watching no more AEW. I know the shit is coming. I know they're gonna get together. They're gonna challenge the Hurt niggas, and they're gonna beat them and MJF and somehow MVP. They're gonna hit MVP with a cane or something, with his own cane.
No, they're gonna be managed by Sting. Sting's gonna come out with his bat with fucking Edge and Christian.
They're not. They ain't ever gonna bring that racist back. Okay, so because the shit I seen who got the new racist gene. Okay, it's that nigga who always comes out there with a dream, but he's got a reverse Martin Luther King dream with his racist ass because he coming down from the rafters.
We'll get there.
Yeah, look, you said you was gonna just pick matches. I didn't know if you was gonna. I knew you gonna pick that one, but I didn't know. But anyway, fuck that nigga. Fuck him too. You sand nigga wanna be white having ass. I swear to God, if you waste your daddy's money on turning the captain, who's had the greatest run, the greatest heel run, who's kept himself relevant since he came over to that shit brand and making himself at times the best thing on the brand. They better get at least 2-3 matches in before they fuck with the Hurt niggas. If they just want to fuck with the Hurt niggas and win it, I swear to God, use a cock goblin motherfucker, and that rated PG cracker Cope has got his dick down your throat, and use a bitch. And that's all I got to say about that.
Don't be so modest, Cesar. Tell us how you really feel. No. Up next, yes, I did do. I'm gonna go over the last 3 matches because they were good. Up next for the AEW Women's Championship, it was Timeless Tony Storm, defending champion, versus everybody's worst nightmare,
Sasha Hogan.
Sasha Hogan. The botcharama bitch herself, covered in belts that mean nothing now. Both with special entrances. I appreciate it. I love Tony's gear here. Tony spanks Sasha, does Sasha's stupid dance. Tony great with the mind games. Sasha healing it up, focusing on Tony's arm. Sasha kicked out of the Storm Zero, bites her way out of the chicken wing. I think Tony just bit Sasha's snatch.
She did.
No punches pulled here. Tony's nose bloodied. Tony kicks out of Sasha's lame ass finisher. Tony hits 3 consecutive Storm Zeros, and Sasha kicks out. Got very nervous when that happened.
Yeah, buddy.
Tony's lipstick is visible on Sasha's crotch, by the way. Tony hits a Storm Zero from the top rope to retain. Thank God. Gentlemen, had I been rating,
This is the match of the night for you?
this was my beer cheese because
This is the second best match of the night.
She prevented Sasha, because Sticks, you called it. You said that Sasha was the one who was going to take that belt off her. I was worried the whole match. I was like, Tony Storm is one of the very few reasons why I watch this bullshit. These bitches had a hell of a match. I even got to take my hat off to Sasha here. Great match. Just gets my beer cheese. Long live timeless Tony Storm. She prevented Sasha Botch from collecting yet another title, which again puts the AEW Women's Championship on a pedestal because Sasha didn't get her grimy little fucking fingers on it. But Sticks, what did you think of this AEW Women's Championship match?
Yeah, I think me and Cesar were simpatico on this. This was the second best match of the night. You know, as I'm watching Sasha's entrance, I'm thinking, how is this woman going to be the 2 women's championships holder of an AEW? Like, that's just kind of redundant. Like, why would you do that? Like, I was thinking, I was like, okay, let's think about Kenny Omega's belt collector gimmick that he had. He was like 3 or 4 different organizations main champion. So if Sasha wanted to do this, it's like, so you're gonna have AEW's all like both belts in the women's division, CMLL's women's champion, an Owen Cup champion, and I think she lost the Rev Pro. I could be wrong, but you're gonna be like,
But yeah, she did lose the Rev Pro, but she won something else.
She lost the Pure Championship.
Pure championship.
The New Japan one.
Pure championship, but no, she is still the Rev Pro.
Strong. Okay. So I'm thinking, if you're AEW, why are you going to put literally all your chips in on this chick and have her defend 1 championship out of the month? Whereas Tony Storm was showing up and like every other week at least defend that championship. If she wasn't, it was a title eliminator match while cutting fucking superb promos backstage, which after this match on the post conference cut another banger of a fucking promo at the press conference. But I'm thinking this while she's fucking got the cheerleaders doing their dances, which my girlfriend was like, you know, Mercedes's entrance has like a cheerleaders theme, and all of a sudden she saw the cheerleaders come out. She's like, see? Told you. And then the fucking huge like train on her outfit of all the people she beat. Yeah, okay, whatever. Thank God,
the cameraman stepped on. The cameraman stepped. Did you notice that? The cameraman stepped on it and she went. She was fucking
yeah. I was hoping when I saw that, I was like, fucking face plant. Just no match. We're done. Tony Storm retains.
No, I thought the cape was cool.
Like
it was okay, but I mean, you lean.
Yeah, because she's the villain, so it did look like 101
over here.
That's great because Cruella DeVille's the fucking villain. She was being the villain. Anyway, go ahead, Sticks.
But no, the match itself, it was all right, Matt. I mean, it was a good match. I shouldn't say it was iron. It was a good match. Toni Storm, she is the AEW women's division. She has kept it relevant throughout. Mercedes has come and has kind of cashed in on it, if you want to, cash in, CEO, boss, whatever. But we know this chick, she's TBS champion. She's gonna get her TV time. But like, you have to be a special type of athlete to be worthy of being like your promotion's top two champions. And I'm sorry, Mercedes isn't that person. Like I was thinking I would have been afraid if she would have won this, and if she would have went and defended her TBS championship, she would have gotten injured. So then we would have had backstage promos or freaking commentary booth, wine tasting, steak eating commentary for like the next 3 to 4 months. And she would have came back and had just a dog shit performance in her first match back. But whoever is booking this, I mean, I know there's been conflicting reports that Tony Khan's come out and said, I've got creative control, but a lot of people are saying, well, Mercedes still got whoever. They made the right call on this. Toni Storm is your women's division. She brings the eyeballs and the attention to it. She should be and is the one to hand her the lone singles loss in her AEW career. The match was good. We had spots, like you said. I'm pretty sure she died at the Mercedes snatch and go stop, so that was great. Tony did her a favor and had her have to hit like 5 Storm Zeros to essentially beat her, and have it be the top rope Storm Zero that beat her. It made her look at like a formidable contender. And they got it right. Mercedes Moné is not the person at this time to beat timeless Toni Storm. So that was the thing I was the most happiest about in this pay-per-view. Match-wise, I thought this was the second best match on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Cesar. What did you think? I mean, you can't go wrong with timeless Toni, but again, most of us worried that Sasha was going to add yet another belt to her fucking collection.
No, I think the last time we meet, I said if she beats this CMML bitch, she's not beating Toni Storm.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. I wasn't worried when I saw her entrance. When I saw the entrance, that's when I knew she wasn't beating Toni Storm. Because as Sasha Hogan does, she wears every belt to the ring. And if you saw her entrance, when she first came out, she had 6 bitches with her on that ring, and they were all wearing her belts. She was not. She specifically walked to that ring beltless because she was leaving beltless. She didn't even bring them down. Those dancers didn't even walk down the stage with her belts. They all went to the back. The only thing she took off was that big ass cape. I guess you guys didn't watch the presser because Toni Storm shouted out old Mercedes, and she said, Mercedes money. She said, thank you for keeping your lips clean, all 4 of them.
Oh, yeah, I saw the clip of that.
So, yeah. So
I only saw the part where she said she creamed her panties and she wasn't going to sell those things online.
And she wasn't selling them online. Yeah. But yeah, she did mention all 4 of Sasha's lips. So she definitely bit her in the cooch when to reverse out of that tombstone. And that one nigga was there who always asked, what's your Waffle House order? He got a funny response as well, because Toni gave that speech, I think, on Collision. She said she's learned about herself a lot during this championship run. And then he literally brings it up. He's like, so what did you learn about yourself during this championship run? And then she was like, what have I learned since Friday? Nothing. She goes, I'm sorry, Malcolm. I got nothing for you. I ain't learned shit. That's on me. That's my bad. And Tony Khan's like, okay. And she's like, I don't know. She had a speech written. Fucking hilarious. You got to watch it. It was pretty much people who she thanked and people who she said go fuck yourself. She said go fuck yourself to Tony Schiavone. She goes, I know it was you in that bathroom stall, so go fuck yourself. She told her mom to go fuck herself for some reason. And then she got fascinated with Renee's pants, picked Renee up out of the seat, and carried her out. She was literally like, Renee, I must have you now. And picked her up out of the seat and carried her out. Shit was
Man,
great.
after that match, she had the strength to do that.
Yeah, dude. It was funny because look, she struggled at first.
Well,
And
she
like they had to
actually
like
just went
hop
through a
off the
hell of a
stage.
match.
Like she
Yeah.
didn't walk down the stairs. She had to like hop off the stage, holding. Oh, and she told Luther to go fuck himself. She goes, "You'll never be there when I need you. You're just always there, but you'll never be there when I actually need you." And Luther was like, "Okay." So, yeah, but no, second best match of the night. I was hoping they weren't gonna slip and fall, curl that gold glitter from Sasha's ashless chaps. Not the only woman with ashless chaps on that night. Shout out Penelope Ford, looking good. Um, I thought they were gonna slip on that at one point because I was like, "There's a lot of gold shit just flying around." Every time there was an overhead shot, I was like, "Who built this?" I was like, "Oh, that's right. She's divorced. That one nigga ain't building it because the shit wouldn't have fell apart if that nigga was doing it because he knows how to make gear. Stupid bitch." But yeah, it was a great match. Hip attacks, Storm Zeros, Sasha fucking the arm up all the time, trying to hit that shit. Yeah, the mind games are great, especially in the beginning when Tony was like laying down on the mat. You know what I'm saying? With the arm prep, like, what you doing, bitch? Why you outside? Come on. Come on inside. Yeah, hit the CEO dance, hit the Monet dance. Uh Crowd giving her, the love that she needs to be Tony Storm. But yeah, those three Storm Zeros, and she like barely kicked out. I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I was like, God damn, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I was like, okay. Um, a great false finish. But then I was like, yeah, you don't kick out of the three. Come on. It's like nobody kicks out of three AAs or three crossroads. You can't kick out of three. That's like if somebody has to cheat and like knock you out. You can't kick out of the three in a row. That's like a specialized move. You hit three in a row. I was like, good God. I don't care if this is a pay-per-view. Um, but yeah, made her look strong by hitting the one off the ropes to finally put her away and give her her first loss in AEW. But now the only thing I can think of is Mercedes going on a losing streak. She's gonna lose all the belts,
I hope so.
and then she's gonna eventually beat Tony Storm for that title after she loses all the belts.
Or somebody else who has the title.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, or if we get to the gauntlet match and whatever, that person who won, if that person beats Tony Storm, because that bitch already has a belt too. So here comes your theory again, Sticks, because that bitch also has a belt. And so if she beats Tony Storm, she'll have two belts as well to defend on different shows.
Athena versus Tony Storm would be an incredible match.
Oh yeah, they gonna cook.
But up next for the winner take all match, Okada versus Omega. Of course, these two have a very long history, which the video package did a good job of showing.
Yeah.
This was my very first Okada Omega match, so I didn't know what the hype was. I didn't care. I've seen
those matches
Okada
are on
in
YouTube.
AEW. I haven't been impressed at all since his debut. He beat fucking Eddie Kingston for the Continental Championship. It was
About
a
it.
okay match. This run to me is fizzled. I didn't care. He's gonna fight Omega, the best bout machine. Okay, Omega, he can carry. These are my thoughts before the match. Omega can carry him. Omega, he's the man. He's got diverticulitis, whatever, but he's the man. It's Omega.
Can carry Okada as the
Kenny
wildest
Omega
of everything.
has put on more good matches than bad matches. Let's see what this is all about.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. Wait, are these live action notes?
Shredder Kenny sung out to the ring.
Here we go.
Crowd is hot for this one. The chemistry is here. Don Callis on commentary too. Attack focused on Kenny's midsection. Diverticulitis shit. Callis shenanigans. Why didn't Ibushi go slap Don Callis around? He was in fucking Kenny's corner. Is he gonna screw Kenny over? Okada doing a great job at being heel during this. These AEW refs are just awful with the fucking counts. Omega hits a top rope dragon suplex. Omega kicks out of the Rainmaker. Rocky Romero tries to distract, but Ibushi finally wakes up. He puts his sushi down and attacks. Don Callis continues to screw over Omega. Omega kicks out of the Rainmaker again, but not the third. Okada is the unified champ. This probably should have main evented because Mox ain't putting in on anything close to this banger. My first Okada Omega match.
He said Omega was gonna carry. It's
Not
crazy.
bad.
Crazy
Not
work.
bad. Not bad. This was a good match. I like JR on commentary. Don Callis being a cunt that he is. Crowd saying fuck Don Callis. A lot of elements in this match made it great. And I'm glad that Okada won because that just shows Omega he's not 100%. And him putting over Okada like that is the right decision. That was the right decision. If Omega's not 100% health, something freak accident can happen to where he has to drop the belt. So they put Okada over, and I think that was the right decision. But Cesar, what did you think of Okada Omega 5?
Yeah, I think this is probably their worst match, if I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yes, this is their worst match.
Wow.
Like, no. And I'm gonna tell you this honestly. This shit was still good, and this is their worst match.
Damn.
I mean, no, brother, you can go on YouTube and look up the other four. They're on there. One of them is like an hour long.
Jesus.
It is literally an hour long, and that shit fucks. But I think only Kenny's won one match. I think
No. Kenny came in with a one match advantage. That's why I knew he was going to lose because one of them was a draw. They've had four matches going into this. One of them was a draw. Kenny was up 2-1. And then I knew that when they said that, it was going to, Okada was probably going to win and even it. No, they said it during the pay-per-view.
Kenny's beat Okada twice for the title. I thought he only beat him once.
Nope, he beat him twice. Well, I don't know if they were all title matches, but they said he had a 2-1 advantage because they had the one match that ended in a tie and a draw.
Yeah, okay. That must have been one of the title matches because Okada's always been like the champ. So yeah, I guess so. Okay, cool. But I thought Okada was up because I swear like Kenny's only beat him for the title. I swear Kenny's only beat him for the title once, but Okada has beaten him for the title. I guess the other match was a draw. Then that means the fourth match had to be something. Yeah, like a tag match or something. But honestly, yeah, out of their 5 matches, this is the worst match, and it was still that good. It was still that good. Yeah, there was like a match. Those boys were cooking. Like there was tables and shit. The Young Cucks were out there. Okada had niggas. They was out there. It was like an hour long for the title. That might have been the one Kenny won. But them boys have had some battles in New Japan. And yeah, them shits were fucking crazy.
Are you happy that Okada won?
Yeah, I'm happy Okada won. Well, Kenny doesn't need it, and I think Kenny's still trying to heal, like you said, and he doesn't need it if he's trying to heal, and get back to at least like 90 to 100% with however he is, and plus somebody on the Don Callis family had to win something that fucking night. Like them motherfuckers was taking L's all night. Another reason why I don't think Chris Alexander is not going to shine is because the shine I think right now is on the Protostar.
Josh Alexander.
You know what I meant, nigga. I'm drinking. Fuck, I've been drinking for 4 days. Yeah. One, I think because the shine is on the Protostar, and until they get him over, I don't think anybody else is really going to get over. But even still, if I had to pick after that, it would be Take a Shitta. But he just lost the title, so whatever. But I mean, goddamn, boy, goddamn. Yeah, these boys cooked. They were getting it in. This did have some old school vibes for me to it because I've seen some of their matches. I was like, damn, boy, yeah. I was like, yeah, Kenny back. I was like, yeah, Kenny, you just needed that chemistry with somebody you fucks with on the opposite side of the ring to show them that you still got it. You still Kenny. And then Okada won, and I was like, yeah, just like usual. To me, I thought Okada was up. So to me, I was like, yeah, just like usual. Kind of like that. Roman Reigns has never beat Seth Rollins kind of thing. Yeah, I'm just like, yep, there we go. Per usual. Everybody had the money on Kenny, but y'all forgot about the Rainmaker, and that nigga don't lose. It was Rainmaker Hogan when it was in New Japan, because that nigga was beating everybody, and he was slapping them with that damn clothesline, and that shit was good. But I thought they still had a great match. Yeah, this was a top match. But yeah, man, if you get some free time, you just New Japan, Kenny and Okada, and you'll see some bangers. Trust me, bro. You'll see some prime Okada and some prime Kenny bangers.
Well, Sticks, what did you think of chapter 5, I guess, in this rivalry at All In?
I'm with Cesar on this. I've watched the other 4 matches, but also I got to take into account with this. With Kenny coming back from diverticulitis, I don't think we're ever going to get prime Kenny Omega. Like we talked about this before too, even pre-diverticulitis, New Japan Kenny Omega is going to be over in New Japan. Like we're not going to get that guy. And those matches over there were phenomenal. Like Cesar said, you can look those up. You can find at least probably 2 of those matches on there. And you'll text back in the chat. You'll be like, yeah, you guys were right about this. But that's not anything to take it away from this match. This was a good match. But Kenny's also at that point of his career where he doesn't need to win every match. Like he doesn't need to be the first AEW Unified Champion. But also, too, he's probably, like you guys said, he's probably still healing from that. So if we get Kenny Omega at 100% to go against Okada, if it's in a championship or just even on a fucking main event on a Wednesday night, if he's at 100%, that might be a way better match than this match. But I digress. This match was still great. This is one of the best rivalries in pro wrestling. The matches hold up. These guys have gone to war, and these guys don't disappoint. I mean, like Cesar and myself are saying, this possibly is the worst match out of all of them, and it still is a good match. Like, it still really is a good match. So when you have a rivalry, it's like what John Cena said. Sometimes you have a rivalry with someone, and it feels like just a really comfortable old pair of shoes. And this seems like one of those rivalries where those guys could not have like a month, 2-month build and then go out there and have a banger of a match because it's just 2 guys that have that history with each other. So, in my opinion, I thought this was properly slotted. I thought you could go out there. It was worthy of the co-main, and I thought it wasn't a bad match at all.
So we
Brock Lesnar have the same shit
of the night after 6 hours, main event, Texas Death Match. Of course, you can only win by submission, or if you can't reach the count of 10, last man standing rules. The AEW champion, Jon Moxley, versus Hangman Adam Page. Hangman whistled out. Good guy theme song returns. The Death Riders in a pickup truck. Motherfuckers start match with forks. Brutality ensues. Mox dons the crimson mask. I'm guessing Hangman is thirsty, but he did not drink his blood. Barbed wire attack to Hangman. Marina Shafir shenanigans.
Yep.
Broken glass smashed in Hangman's face. Mox drags Hangman through broken glass. Needless to say, this match was hard to watch. Hangman Death Valley drive Marina off the apron through a table. Claude and Yuta jump Hangman. Gabe Kidd too. Ospreay tries to help but gets fucked up. Death Riders gang rape Hangman. And then the lights go out.
Yeah, bitch.
Because a video starts playing.
Yep.
Darby Everest Jones.
There we go.
But he didn't show up just yet because some other fucker in a mask shows up and starts doing the yes chants. It's Star's favorite, Brian Danielson attacks the Death Riders, and then here we go. The established new racist of AEW repels from the ceiling. Hangman Buckshot Jones over here. Deadeye off apron through table. Marina saves Mox. Bucks take out Hangman. Bed of nails out. Curb stomp and Death Driver on bed of nails. Hangman kicks out. Nana handcuffs Marina. Swerve then saves the day. Buckshot onto the nails. Hangman chokes out Mox with the chain, just like their first fucking Texas Death match. And new AEW champion, Hangman Adam Page, of course, overwhelmed with emotion. It took him a while to jimmy that fucking case open, but he got it open. Finally reveals the title. Everyone's going crazy. Yeah, Hangman's champion. Night's finally over. Cesar.
Yeah.
What did you think of this clusterfuckymon of an end to the pay-per-view?
I can't believe you said it was too much. I still think that Sammy Callahan match on TNA where they remember the one with that one cracker where they were stapling each other in the eyeballs? And you were like, I loved like the craziness of that match. Like this match wasn't even that crazy compared to that match.
What did you think of the match, Cesar?
It was
Going
aight.
on long.
It was aight.
All right.
It wasn't. Yeah, they did too much for me. The glass, like got everywhere. Like even when you do thumbtacks or glass, it should be in like one spot, so you still have like 3/4 of the ring to wrestle in, right? But it was in like 1/4 of the. I mean, it was everywhere after one point. Um, yeah, the fucking forks in the beginning, like just stabbing this nigga, bleeding him in like 2 minutes into the match. As soon as I saw that, I put the Mario hat on and I was like, here we go. I was like, yeah, this shit's gonna get out of control. The bed of nails with the what he did a moonsault on this nigga on the bed. This nigga Moxley trying to die, yo. He trying to kill himself in that ring. And then like everybody predicted, was it WrestleMania 40? The super team of niggas is gonna come out. It's gonna be Death Riders. It's Will Ospreay. It's Gabe Kidd. It's fucking Young Bucks. It's fucking Swerve. Finally, at the end, it's Brian Danielson. It's Darby Allin. It's everybody got their super team. It's literally Death Riders or like NWO, and there's like 8 of these niggas. So you got to get 8 of AEW niggas. Yeah, this fucking racist coming from the tippy top, the tippy top, and then just gonna stand there still hooked in for like 5 minutes, and then wait for Hangman to punch him. Oh, I gotta get out of this because I gotta hit my spot. Nigga, you supposed to be getting out of that shit since you touched down, nigga. Why you standing there? I'd have kicked the nigga. Heat on the side of the. This is the cope shit all over there. You gonna stand there hooked up? I'm kicking your ass. So you start swinging away from the ring, still tied to the thing. But knowing Darby's crazy ass, because, he just got a skateboard in a dream, I'm saying Martin Luther racist, he would have just unhooked himself in midair and landed on the fucking table and fucking ate that shit because he white boy crazy. And then this nigga almost got dropped, hitting that coffin drop from the top to the outside. There was a lot of niggas almost dropped, I want to say, this pay-per-view. This pay-per-view showed why the legend, the sweet, sweet. Now we gotta talk about that. The sweet legend. Adam Cole might be retiring. Because y'all niggas is dangerous. Okay? Shelton with that fucking German to one of them niggas to the outside. That looked like they almost dropped him. Darby taking a coffin drop to the outside. I thought that nigga was gonna die. First of all, you can't kill Darby Allin. He's too white boy stupid. He would probably get lost on the way to hell, and his soul will come back to his body. Okay, you can't kill crazy like that. But I thought he was gonna get dropped. Somebody else looked like they was about to get dropped too. Old ass Brian Danielson looked like he missed the suicide dive, and like he ended up shout, and them niggas was probably gonna drop his dumb ass too. Now it's gonna be like, good, go home to Bree, nigga. You dumb nigga. You got 2 kids, and your ass been hurt since WrestleMania 30. We on 42. Your ass been hurt for 15 years, and then you want to go wrestle in the most dangerous place in America. That shit is like O Block. Okay, that shit is like Bloods and Crips in L.A. It's the most dangerous places in the country, New York. Fucking the wrong side of New Orleans where the tourist ain't is. Baltimore, Maryland. That's where you want to wrestle. You want to wrestle in Baltimore, Maryland, where the highest crime rate in the city, the most dead niggas. The nigga already retired 5 hours ago from injury, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna just hit this suicide dive short. Hopefully they catch me. Wee, nigga, no. Just because Superman's out, don't mean your old ass can fly. Nigga, that is CGI and wires and special effects. Okay, they make Tom Cruise look 6'8". That nigga is 5'2". Okay, that is movie magic, you dumb nigga. This is live TV where you have to live. Okay, but nah, you just gonna run and gun and end up short. You already short, nigga. That's why your ass was short in that goddamn ring. And Cesaro almost dropped your dumb ass. And why were so many people wearing white? You knew these niggas was gonna bleed. Hangman wearing white, Machine Revere wearing white, Cesaro wearing white. All them niggas is white. Okay, like what the fuck is going on? Why y'all wearing all this
Isn't
white?
that their merch? That's their merch shirt, right? It's just a fucking plain white
It's just a
shirt
fucking white tee
with the Death Riders in the corner.
Yeah.
That's it.
And knowing they the Death Riders, so that means it's gonna be blood and gore. And the nigga should have the shirt should be red or crimson or some shit. So you just can't see the blood stains on it. Like that would make more sense. Because them niggas gonna be like, yeah, we fuck niggas up till they bleed. So we can't even see that shit on the shirt. Them niggas walk outside, the police might arrest them. Because they just be like, oh, hold on, nigga, you got a white shirt with all this blood on it. No, I'm just wrestling. Yeah, Scotty, get the pistol out. I can't trust these niggas. They
were in
all
Texas.
got blood.
That's right, Texas. Isn't that the home of the racists?
Nigga, come on now. Come on. Cesaro is fucking European. Okay, they don't trust that shit. They might be ICE with Trumpito. Okay, they gonna be like, nah, nigga, we revoking your membership. We revoking your visa.
That's why we haven't seen Pac.
Yeah. Pac ain't getting back in the States, okay? You got Wheeler Yuta, Asian. You got Cesaro, a Swiss nigga. And you got Marina Shafir. She looked like she got a permanent tan. And all of them was wearing right with blood on their shit, okay? They just gonna be like, call ICE, nigga. Call ICE. And we gonna lock these niggas up. Yeah, see, that's why I'm drinking this beer warm. I don't fuck with ICE, nigga. That's why I'm out here. Fuck Trumpito. Yeah, whatever. Little politics here on the tripod. But I've been drinking. Fuck y'all. Y'all gonna listen. Anyway, I digress.
Well,
the racist came back. Okay, the racist 2.0. Racist 2.0 came back. He hit niggas. That meme about Swerve looking like a genie.
That was funny. He did that pose. It was like, there's so many memes about that. It's fucking hilarious.
The Swerve gonna come back and throw the chain at this nigga. This nigga Hangman had the caucasity to drop a chain off with Swerve. Okay, he was like, yeah, nigga, I need some black power on this shit. Okay, I've hung at least 8 niggas in Virginia with this chain, but I need you to bless it with the power of the coalition so I can hang a cracker tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hang a white man. And so, Swerve had to bring that shit to the coalition. I voted against it. I was like, fuck that white man, Swerve. You should burn down his house with his kids in it. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say. Hold on, take that back. I didn't say that shit. No.
Off the record, Cesar didn't say that.
All right, I was
can I see the minutes? Can I see the minutes of that coalition?
No. I was thinking.
I want to see the transcripts. Send me the transcripts.
I was thinking it, but I was like, no, them children ain't do nothing. And you snuck in to that nigga house. I was like, you should be arrested. And I don't know why you're still in Texas. Your match is over. Get the fuck out before you get shot. Because you black, okay? And you don't have a cowboy hat on. And I know you hate Dallas. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, he out there looking like a proud genie, like Shaq at the end of Kazam. Y'all young niggas don't know that shit. Okay, y'all don't know that shit. Or I should say, like Will Smith in the live action Aladdin. He's sitting there looking at them. Yeah, your wish is granted, nigga. Out here on some bullshit, thinking he's fitting to get another title shot against a nigga he hate. But yeah, Hangman won. It was a mess. It
Did
was
you watch
crazy.
this in one sitting, or did you pause it, go do some errands, and then come back and finish it?
Nigga, it took me 7 hours to watch this pay-per-view, okay? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I started this pay-per-view at like 11 a.m. and I think it was like 6:30 when I finished. Uh it was I was like, man, there was a good point. And then there was a good point because I was streaming it to my TV off my phone, and then it like would just stop at certain points. So I just said, fuck this. I just had to watch it at my computer. Um, and I was like, and it was working fine. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I hate this shit. And then yeah, there was a couple of matches that I was just like, I don't care.
Oh, there's a reason why I skipped some matches.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, some matches I was like, I don't care. Um, they had their moments, but I watched them all. And I was like, I gotta watch this shit. And then, I'm on TikTok, and for some reason, when I'm watching wrestling, all my TikTok is wrestling TikTok. And a shit came up where a dude was like tweeted that he's like, I don't want to sit through this shit. And people were like, why would you not want to sit through 6 hours of wrestling? That's the. I was like, nigga, because WWE stopped this shit. Like everybody complained when WrestleMania was 8 hours long, 9 hours long with the pre-show, but you had other shit to do leading up to that. So they
Cesar,
split
I
it.
haven't even mentioned the pre-show. I hope you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that shit. I ain't watched the pre-show
Fucking
for 2 years.
Costco abortions were on. I was like, I am not watching this at all. I don't care what other matches they have on.
What the fuck? These niggas still got contracts? Jeez fucking Christ. I thought they were one and done. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't watch the pre-show.
No, Tony Skeets thinks these guys are gonna put him over the top in the ratings or something.
Whatever, man. But yeah. Apparently I saw online, little side note, that Daniel Bryan's plates were still on that title.
Oh yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
were. It's-
So like John
Mox
Moxley didn't
won it.
change it.
He put
Yeah.
it in the fucking briefcase.
And never yeah, he was like I don't want plates. He's like, nah, it's gonna be the Daniel Bryan plates. He's like, I'm hiding it away. Shout out to Naomi's tweet. I don't know if you saw that where she said
selling EOS.
should I sell EO's nameplates on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay?
God, that
And
was
her
such a
tweet,
great.
and her
that
tweet
was-
about merch. She said, I'm selling Naomi shirts outside the Waffle House until sold out.
Did you see the video of her going to the WWE shop? She walked in and was like, "Where are my
Yeah.
shirts?
Where are my shirts? Yeah.
She was
And
like
she ripped
hella
it.
pissed off.
Yeah, she ripped the Jade shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, this trash.
Evolution was fucking incredible. Big shout out
blew
to
me
Naomi.
away.
And on Raw, she did it again. Watch the beginning of Raw, it's fucking awesome. But Sticks, let's get your thoughts on this main event so we can close this show out.
I'll keep it short and sweet. The moment that popped me was when Prince Nana handcuffed fucking Marina to the fucking table. We had fucking two kids in a plantation. Brian Danielson show up, and then the forever gold medalist in the R games, Darby Allin fucking coming down. We knew this was going to be just a blow up fucking match. I would like to spend the rest of my time saying that I really hope it isn't the end of Adam Cole. I don't know about you guys, but I think his best, seeing how much of a run he had in NXT, and then he goes to AEW and essentially has just been on the IR since he showed up, is a horrible thing to say, because I still remember Undisputed Era Adam Cole and how good he was. And God damn it, Vince McMahon, I have a feeling you had a hand in this, like, because you wanted the guy to shave his head and be fucking Keith Lee's manager, when this guy could still be out there putting on banger matches on WWE. And now we're sitting at home debating on whether or not we're not going to ever see this guy again.
The first person I thought about when Adam Cole was giving his emotional speech was Styx. I was like, man, this has got to be a kick in the balls to Styx, the Adam Cole super fan, because you're right.
This weekend for injuries just sucked.
Yeah.
Like, it really just sucked for pro wrestling.
Seth Rollins down, Adam Cole down, and they said, I mean, I take it with a grain of salt, but they said Cole is suffering from another concussion. But I guess if you get a certain amount of concussions,
Discussions.
that's
Yeah,
it. You can't do it. Like that's what Bret Hart doesn't fucking do it anymore. You get a certain amount of concussions, and if you want to keep going, you're gonna murder your whole family and get
yeah.
Benoit.
And
You
Ben
gotta
Benoit.
know when to stop.
That CTE shit is real, bro. Look at Antonio Brown.
But you're right, Sticks. His NXT WWE stuff, great. The second he gets to AEW, what happens?
Injured.
Hold on. He has some bangers, but he gets injured.
Let's talk about Jay
He
White.
loses the doctor. He gets concussed. How many times has he come on TV and said, I'm injured, I gotta go away for a while. I'm injured, I gotta go away for a while. I'm injured. I was just like, dude, leave this fucking company. Go anywhere else. You don't have to go back to WWE. Go to fucking TNA or what's that other one? NWA? Anything. Go back to the indies. Get away from AEW. It's cursed.
Well, let's just even talk about Jay White. He was a trios champion.
Yeah.
And then he's been injured like what, at least 2 separate times now? And we don't know when he's coming back. Like his best work.
He had a concussion as well, remember? Remember that one match
so his
with
best
Adam
work
Cole?
has been with the Bang Bang Gang, and we want more, but we don't know when he's coming back. Like it just shows you that top tier guys at other promotions, they come here to get the check, which I mean, I don't know if both guys are still collecting checks while injured. I mean, they very well could be. But I mean, whenever I see Adam Cole in AEW, I always have to remind myself of the NXT run of Adam Cole. And it's like, okay, this is the flip. This is the other side of the coin. It's like you had the best there. So you come here because you wanted, it might have been probably more money, but also you got a chance to be with your woman. And you break it with your woman. And every other time you're getting injured, it sucks. It really does suck. And I hope it's not the end of Adam Cole. But I mean, I don't have much faith that it isn't.
There's injuries on both sides. There's injuries in WWE, there's injuries in AEW, but I think the philosophies are different. I think in WWE, they're told to slow it down. And in AEW, Tony Skeets is like, go nuts. Go nuts.
Yeah, he
in
treats
WWE, they're like, slow it down. And if you compare the two, there are injuries, but AEW, way more prevalent in the IR for a lot of talent. It's very unfortunate. But again, thank you for the 3 who watched this. It's been a minute. I'm glad we got to get long-winded on a couple pay-per-views. Next week, if you fellas are available, we will be talking about Slammiversary and what happens with that as well. But until then, we do what we do best here on the Tripod, and we give that big ups to not only Stallion Pete, but Adam Cole, baby.